What's good? Welcome back to another edition of Dat Talk podcast. I go by the name of Bacon. I got my co-hosts with me.
Man, y'all see that? I didn't upgrade. You feel me? I was out here on my Don King. Now, out here on my, I don't know what this is, but I'm out here.
Got to get ready for the show.
Yeah, that too. You feel me?
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't wait.
What up, Jay? You good?
Man, I'm good, man. We ain't talked NBA since it popped off, man. I'm ready to go.
We got his hat, you know, a little cute Warriors hat with the city. Look,
gotta get that definition in there, man. I know y'all see it. We hot right now. We smoking. I mean,
no. Y'all are hot. And speaking of hot, I want to ask you a big question because you are a Warrior fan. You know what I'm saying?
Warrior fan.
Warriors native. And I want to ask you, since we're starting with that, are the Warriors better or not even better? Can the Warriors go to the NBA Finals without Klay Thompson? Because it looks like you guys are playing some of the best basketball. You're starting off this season really, really well. Steph Curry is looking like the best player in the NBA. And it's like y'all can't do no wrong. So I know Klay is still injured. I know Wiseman is still injured. I know Kuminga still hasn't played. And so y'all still got pieces to the puzzles that needs to be put in order. But let's say Klay Thompson don't come back. Or if he does come back, he's a shell of himself. Can y'all go to the NBA Finals with the roster y'all have right now?
You already know my feelings on this, man. So I'm not even gonna fake the funk. His name is Kuminga, by the way. You like to butcher names, and I couldn't listen.
Listen.
Kuminga, that's what I said. What did I say?
Kuminga.
That man. You said Kuminga, bro. You said Kuminga. Jay, that man ain't got a name right. His whole Bacon's bad with names. He just is.
You ain't flawless either, but he's about 4 times worse than you.
Anyway, man, let's get it, man. Let's talk about it.
So here's the truth. And I don't know how much you guys have been watching, but
watch a lot.
But Jordan Poole brings a different dynamic. And I don't even want to make this about Jordan Poole and overrate him. But what happens is when teams scheme and they triple team, they pick up Steph at half court, and he is the focal point. He is the head of the snake, everything. Then you can't just, getting the ball to Dre is cool, but then you get Looney and Damian Lee and these bums in bad spots, and they can't do nothing other than what they do. Looney under the bucket or Damian Lee on the 3. But when you have another creator, another initiator, somebody else who can show some wiggle, who can improvise on the fly, now all of a sudden you're getting 48 minutes of, what do we do with this dude who has the ball? And then you got him 2-on-1. It's like when you got a tandem of wideouts in the NFL, and you got to factor in both Tyreek and Kelsey. So there's a different dynamic here that is no longer predicated on Klay. So if these boys are out here and can knock down 38, 40% wide open, I'm talking about your Wiggins, your Otto Porters, your Nemanja Bjelica's. So it's about to get jiggy out here. I'm already factoring in if we get DeAndre Ayton type of growth from James Wiseman, and Kuminga comes out here and looks like he's just even a little bit ready, and Gary Payton II, I don't know if y'all have seen him, Mr. 94 feet himself, like all the boxes is checked. The Lakers is exactly who I thought they were.
How does this go into the Lakers?
I go down to the West. Now I'm looking at the competition. I got to look at the competition, right? So when he says go to the West, the finals without Klay, who's the competition out here? I'm like, the Jazz might have some versatility, some newfound versatility, so maybe they'll have a wrinkle. And the Grizzlies are the ones who play us the best, but we might not even line up with them.
They do.
Else is it?
Grizzlies give y'all listen. Let me bring some objectivity to this light-skinned nation that, is Jordan Poole again is a part of the
light-skinned nation, man. This is the Warriors. Call them the Warriors.
Jordan Poole has added to the
party.
Added to the light-skinned nation of the Warriors because they are my brothers. You feel me? They are my liner brothers. That's all. That's it. They're my brothers, though. I love them all. But I like the Warriors. Like I said, I have Warriors as one of the top teams in the West heading into this season. Nothing's gonna change about that because I on the wall and what they were adding and what they were getting back. I had the Warriors the top team in the West, but I'm always ride with my team, just like Jay is. He had the Lakers one of the top teams in the West, but now they're because they're trying to fall a little bit. He's like, yeah. So can they win without Klay? I'm gonna say no, because I feel that Klay is a true superstar for what he is. He's the definition of a true 3-and-D guy.
Superstar role player.
Yeah, and he provides a swagger that all teams kind of need. You need that kind of swagger guy to kind of continue to push your team over the hump. And that's what Klay has always been. Klay has always been the swagger of the Warriors. Steph is the flash. Klay is the swagger. Dre is the heart.
Dre is the swag too.
He's the heart. I'm saying he's more of the heart though. He's that. You feel me? The leader.
There's a trifecta that you get into, and it's missing a piece.
And that's what I'm saying. That missing piece is what pushes them into the finals.
No.
Now, Klay will be back though. That's how I look at it. Klay will be back, and all the horses in the stable will be there. So in my head, just like the Lakers, the Warriors are the other team. There are no excuses.
You're none.
Significant.
Let me take it a step further. Let me drop the hot take. I have no more qualifiers on anything associated with Klay Thompson. None. My expectations for my boys when I get up on here on this podcast, they don't change. Here's the reason why. Gary Payton is Mr. 94 feet on point guards. We got Wiggins, who was top 5 candidate for defensive player of the year last year. He was doing it. And then the swagger, get a bucket. Now that's Jordan Poole. So I'm not asking nobody to do things out of their character that I can't get organically. So we piece parting what Klay brings to the table. I'm no longer now. If I just need somebody. I need Wiseman to go have year 2 growth again. So when we see AD, so when we see Giannis, when we see KD, there's some presence in the middle. That's about the only thing. And the Lakers are about to be so bad that AD might not even be a problem because we got Dre.
We'll get into the Lakers in just a few because they have a problem. Or we can talk about that. But let's get into this Warrior team. Now, for y'all to disrespect Klay Thompson and said he's a superstar role player.
He is a superstar role player.
He's a 2. He's a 2 guard. He's not a role player. Klay Thompson can go on any team.
He's a 3.
No, he's a 2. He's a 2. He plays hybrid 2 and 3, but he
I just want to because I feel like when you hear superstar role player, you qualify it as a bad thing. I think,
but he's not a role player. He's just because finish? Y'all didn't talk.
I just want to tell you.
I get what
let him go down the path. You want to go ahead?
Go ahead and go down this path. Go ahead.
Let me finish.
I got you.
Klay Thompson could be arguably a 1A or a 1B on any other team like he is right now. He's a 1B to Steph Curry. Steph Curry with Klay Thompson on the floor, they become unguardable. You have 2 of the best shooters in this game. And don't disrespect Klay Thompson on the defensive end. He was by far before the injury, before the Achilles heel, one of the best two-way players in this league. One of the best two-way players in this league. So to say he's a superstar role player, it's preposterous. This is ridiculous. This is crazy.
It's not.
I can't believe you're
factoring in past performance. I'm talking about future expectations. He was a 2 guard when he was next to Steph and he was 26 years old. Now he's over 30 and he hasn't played for 2 years coming off an Achilles and an ACL. I'm not putting that defensive expectations on him going forward. What do I expect him to do now? Stand in the corner, knock him down.
Okay. Here we go. I don't think Klay Thompson, with his mentality, him tweeting, even not making a 75 list overall, best players in the league, he's going to sit up here and say, I'm going to be a superstar role player. No, he's not. He's not going to come out here with that mentality. He's coming out here with vengeance. He's coming out here to sock people in the face and say,
he does that. It's all the more merrier You asking me as a fan to bake in expectations. I'm telling you, we so stacked, we so 10 deep, 12 deep, that even if he comes back and is a marginal shell of himself,
y'all okay?
Still Gucci.
Okay, here's
so
my thing.
Still good. Now, if he is that, then we talking about bombers championship. Boom. Done.
Hey, could Klay is not a creator, because me and Jay have had this conversation.
It's not about you don't have to be a creator.
Yeah, I know. So most time, you gotta think about it. Most tandems, right? Most like legit superstar tandems where you don't really say role, the other person can go get that bucket for the other person. And I think this was me and Jay was agreeing on somewhat and somewhere. Klay is not gonna go get you a bucket for Steph. He's just not. He's never. That's never been him. Klay has always been the beneficiary of Steph, then KD, and Draymond orchestrating the offense, which allows him to get open and do what he does. So the role player is because Klay's not the creator. So for example, CJ McCollum can go get another bucket. When Kobe's in the Shaq can just get his bucket. Kobe can go get his bucket. D-Wade, LeBron.
I'm about to debunk that right there.
Oh, okay.
Reggie Miller, one of arguably another great shooter in this game. He wasn't a creator. Right. Hold on.
He was by himself.
Hold on. Reggie Miller wasn't no creator like that. He was more deadly coming off them screens, catching and shooting from the three-point line, hitting you with a jab, banging in your face, or whatever the case may be.
Mark Jackson or whoever, he was getting fed.
Was he getting fed?
I understand he was getting fed, but what I'm saying is he's not no creator, but he's damn near arguably before Steph, before Klay, it was Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller was that guy. He was a number one. So to tell me that he can't be a number one because he can't create, it's crazy. You can create in multiple different ways, my boy.
We didn't say.
But that's what you're implying, though. You're saying somebody who can't create his own shot. You don't have to dribble the ball to create your own shot all the time.
Okay.
You can create
creating versus being the primary facilitator on the offense. Klay Thompson has generated his own bucket before. And I hate that you making me throw slander toward my dude. This is my dog right here.
That's what you do.
He scored 60 points.
We're not doing that.
60 points on 11 dribbles.
Exactly.
If that ain't getting fed,
that's
I don't know what is.
Yeah, that's cool. That's everybody on the team saying, where the hell is Klay Thompson? Find him. That's not Klay saying
37 and a quarter.
So Jay, a comparison is
your argument of creating is dribbling. Come off the dribble. That's what you're saying.
We're looking at it like this. Clay's 60, right, off 11 shots is totally different. 11 dribbles, yeah. It's totally different than Kobe's 81. Both remarkable feats, but when you look at it, it's like Kobe went and got 81. Like, went and got it. Even Steph just dropped 50. Steph went and got 50. Like, give me the rock, I'm gonna go get you 50. And Klay, he ended up receiving 60 or however that worked out. If that makes, am I right, Jay? You see what I'm saying? I love Klay.
Let's get it twisted. Klay is 2A or 2B, probably 2B. But Steph is 1. Dre and Klay are 2A and 2B.
Yeah, man.
In no particular
Klay is nice. Man, you making it seem like we saying Klay's a bum.
When he come back and he put the world on notice, they're gonna be like, "Who is this dude?" But anyway, like I said, I don't think to answer the question, the Warriors will not win the NBA Finals without Klay Thompson. In my opinion,
we could get to the finals without him.